Stay Motivated presents Teamwork, Your Key to Exponential Growth. Read by the author S. Kumar. Chapter 1. Meeting a Millionaire.
The SUV rolled and came to a smooth halt next to my car. As I waited for the traffic signal to turn green, I could not help but look admiringly at the gentle beast waiting next to me. I had been noticing the vehicle through my rearview mirror as I approached the traffic light. The shining metallic ivory color, the white diamond as it is known, the 22 inches alloy wheel, the grand Cadillac logo on the front were quite a sight. My gaze slowly shifted to the person driving the Cadillac Escalade. There was something about the vehicle and the way it was being driven. There was a positive aura around the driver and the grand vehicle he was driving. The driver looked in no hurry and he appeared to be enjoying every moment of his drive, tapping his fingers on the steering wheel, probably listening to some Bollywood number. It was a strange feeling. I could feel myself surrounded by a positive energy field. There was a subtle smile on the face of the driver and he looked cool and in total command. The signal turned green and I took a right turn to my apartment complex at the junction, but I kept looking at the Cadillac moving towards the Interstate Highway 395 until it vanished towards Washington side. 30 seconds were enough for me to register the calm and composed face of the driver. Days passed by, but the aura of the driver still lingered in my thoughts. I went about my daily chores without much change in routine. Job, family, and social commitments, everything was the same until I met him again, and my life changed positively for me. It was at the birthday party of Rohit's 6-year-old daughter. The party was being held at the community hall inside their residential complex. It was spacious enough for about 200 people. Rohit and his wife had invited only close friends and relatives, but due to the long weekend, most people had traveled out of state, so there wasn't much of a crowd, just about 30-odd families. Rohit's daughter Priyanka was playing with her friends and there were children running all around. I noticed a small crowd at the far end of the hall, quiet, jubilant, and having a good time. As I approached the crowd, I could not believe my eyes, but there he was. He was talking delightedly to a small group that had surrounded him. As I started walking towards them, Rohit joined me. He put an arm around me and asked, "Have you met Raj?" I replied with a question, "Raj? Are you talking about the guy who owns that chain of restaurants in and around Washington?" "Yeah, the same guy. I'm sure you are aware that he landed in the United States with just $4.60 and today his net worth is about $100 million US. His monthly income is apparently over $100,000 US," said Rohit. My Indian mind set to work immediately. "Dude, that is about 45 lakh Indian rupees a month. Hey, I don't make that in a year. It would be a pleasure to meet such a successful person. Now don't you tell me that Raj is here." "Oh sure, he is here. See that charming guy in the white half-sleeve shirt and crisp khaki pants? That's him. Come, I will introduce you," said Rohit. As we started moving towards Raj, I couldn't help but admire his dressing sense. He was wearing tan leather shoes along with a matching belt. Even the strap of his watch was of the same tan color. He was also wearing glasses with a golden Cartier frame. All his accessories were tastefully matched. Undoubtedly, he was the best dressed man in the entire crowd. I could not believe what I had just heard. "You mean this is Raj? The guy whom the Indians respect in Washington, D.C. area?" "Wow," is all that I could say as Rohit dragged me towards the small crowd. I was in total admiration of this man and wished to learn from his experience and hear about his success mantra. Rohit introduced me to Raj and told him that I was relatively new in America and that though I worked for a living, my passion was writing. Following this short introduction, I too joined the conversation. The buffet table was being set and everyone left to assist, leaving behind Raj, Rohit and me. I grabbed the opportunity to ask Raj if he could share some of his life-changing experiences with me. He said he was willing to, but that he would be free only after 2 weeks and was flying out to Paris the next morning to attend a seminar and exhibition on food and beverages. We exchanged numbers and he promised to meet me a week later. 2 weeks flew by in a jiffy. Raj had asked me to meet him at his office, which was above his famous restaurant on a busy street in District of Columbia, downtown DC. As downtown DC is known for its lack of parking space, I decided to take the metro instead. I reached his office at the appointed time of 2:30 in the afternoon. Just outside his office door, a bronze idol in a namaste pose welcomed me. Inside, I was greeted by a charming Raj who himself opened the office door for me. I was expecting the office to be a swanky, plush one, but it turned out to be a simple but a stylishly spacious one. On one side was a 3+2 sofa set with a center table, and on the wall behind the sofa hung an aristocratic painting in an expensive golden Italian frame. Later on, during our talk, Raj mentioned it was a replica of a 19th century painting by Raja Ravivarma. On the other end of the office was a large walnut-colored office table with matching chairs. We decided to settle on the comfortable sofa and Raj offered to get me tea. Raj was simply dressed but neatly turned out. He sat with a subtle smile on his face, which by now had become synonymous with him. As we settled down, I could not help but notice his eagerness to know more about me, my background, about how had I landed up in the United States and such things. I had come to visit him seeking and wanting to know more about his success mantra, but instead he seemed to be more eager to know about me. Intending to show interest in the person one is talking to, I asked him, Raj, I would like to know how you carved your path to success. Tell me everything if you will, or better, give me just that one secret pill that I and other hardworking people can use to succeed. Raj's reply broke my heart. Look, dude, there is nothing like a secret pill that you can take and succeed. Then, I could hardly muster enough courage to speak. Yes, he said, there is definitely a formula for success, and you can use it to succeed and succeed the way you want. Looking back, there wasn't any strategy that I systematically followed. I merely went about doing what I liked most. There was a burning desire in me to succeed. If at all we need to put everything into one pill, then we could say that one needs to move from point A to point B and then from B to C. What are points A, B and C? Is it an acronym? I asked curiously. Not exactly, said Raj. A is a position I was comfortable in, like most people, active yet not productive. They like to be independent. B is being bonded to the team. They are supportive. And C is creative. After a thoughtful pause, he said, working for myself made me extremely happy, neither taking interest in seeking anyone's help, nor ready to help anyone. That feeling did not last long when I found that people around me were moving ahead fast and they were a lot happier than me. It did not take me long to realize that even though I had enough potential like them, I was unable to exploit my potential fully. I had to make a choice. I could either blame everyone and everything for my failure and troubles, or accept reality and then earnestly do something to improve my situation. Obviously, it wasn't a comfortable decision, but one has to do what it takes to move on in life. I started slowly and steadily on the path by watching successful people who had achieved and moved on in life. Focusing on others' achievements inspired me. It was a pleasure to watch such people at work. These individuals not only enjoyed their own work, but also helped their teammates with their work as they went about accomplishing their own tasks. Their attitude was entirely different from mine, and they displayed more of a positive mentality. That is when I realized that's how team players behave, and this is what helps them accomplish more. It was then that I made the decision to gel and bond with my team and consequently move on to position B and become a team player. In no time, my performance went from a mere 20-30% to about 90%, almost tripling my accomplishments. Wow, you tripled your accomplishments just by bonding with a team? I said in amazement. Yes, a true team player can reach 90 to 95% of their potential just by actively associating with a team. By shifting from the self-centered attitude to focusing on others led to tripling my accomplishments. Here, I interrupted him and questioned, "So, was it at position C where you achieved all your success?" "Exactly," he said, and complimented me for getting it right. "Is there a position D too?" I asked again, giving in to my impatience. "Yes, of course. D is being destructive and a sure death. In this lifetime, there is nothing after death. This happens when everyone turns against you by working against you. At times, it is difficult to face the deadly challenge posed by a force of collective people, either physically or emotionally. Especially in a workplace, if everyone turns against you, you go down that never-ending downward spiral. You lose precious time, energy, and money, and even to think of a new beginning takes substantial time. Dude, don't even think of D. It is not worth wasting this precious life on getting everyone to work against you." "Yes, indeed," I said. "Please tell me about C." "Well, C is the position where you are creative and charged. You work in such a fashion that everyone you know starts to wish you well and work for your success directly or indirectly. You achieve astounding success by reaching more than 200 times of your potential. This is the position everyone should strive to achieve. If you are happy at position B, wait till you taste the success at position C." "One name that comes to my mind instantly," said Raj, "is that of Amitabh Bachchan, the legend of Indian cinema. The Indian movie industry churns out more than 900 films a year, which is approximately a minimum of 3 movies a day. And then there are thousands of actors, but Amitabh Bachchan is probably the only Indian actor who is equally revered nationally and internationally. He is one person whom you can pinpoint and say that here is the person who has achieved more than 200 times of his individual potential. If you look at his acting skills, there are many actors who do an equally good job. But then, what did he do extra that catapulted him to become the numero uno? Likewise, there are many ordinary individuals who have achieved multi-folds their individual capacity and have become extraordinary solely by their efforts. To name a few, Dhirubhai Ambani, the Indian industrialist; Sachin Tendulkar, the internationally famous cricketer; Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, fondly remembered as Mahatma Gandhi; Nelson Mandela of South Africa; and not to forget Abraham Lincoln. So, Raj, will you tell me in detail how you went about transitioning from point A to B and then to point C? I asked. Sure, I will be glad to. But for that, we need more time. Moreover, as I said earlier, I just went about doing things I like to do and continued observing successful people around me. But then, when I share it with you, I have to present it to you in a structured manner so that it is easy for you to follow. Raj, when do you think would be a good time for you? Will you be free next Tuesday? Let us meet every Tuesday, same time, here in my office until I give away all the pills to you. We both had a hearty laugh and I bid goodbye to Raj with a promise to meet him next Tuesday.
Like water, adjust yourself in any situation, in any shape, and most importantly, always find your own way. Anonymous.